It's time for PJ Sports Talk. To be on the show, dial toll free 1 866 826 1340 or 727 441 3000. And now, here's PJ.
And we are back on PJ Sports Talk, the place to be every Saturday at noon. Today is Saturday, November 5th, 2011, and it is 12. We are live here from WTAN Studios with my co-host, Big Deal Dylan. How you doing today?
Good.
We're going to start off with our NFL picks. Who do you got for your first game?
I'm going to say Miami and Kansas City. I'm going with Kansas City this game. The Dolphins are winless, and they kind of stink. So I'm going to have to go with Kansas over their win against San Diego last week.
I got to agree with you right there. The Chiefs, I think that over their win, they're going to be coming in with momentum. I think that the Dolphins, they just haven't been doing good. I don't think Brandon Marshall deserves to be on that team. What's your next game?
The Tampa Bay New Orleans Saints.
And I'm going with the Saints there. I think that they're not going to lose 2 games in a row. I think that they have to come back 1 game.
Yeah, plus it's at home game for the Saints.
Yes, at the Superdome, which is very hard to win at if you're the visiting team. Who's your next game?
Cleveland and Houston. I'm saying Houston because they've had 3 wins in a row. I mean, Peyton Hills has the hamstring, but the Browns are at the bottom spot in the AFC, and they're going to need a really good defense to beat the Texans.
I think that I'm going with the Texans too. But the only problem with the Texans is 2 of their big wide receivers, Andre Johnson and Derek Mason, they're very good wide receivers, are both out. And I don't think that the Cleveland Browns can beat them on that. What's your next game?
Atlanta and Indianapolis. I'm going to have to say Atlanta. Atlanta has a 2-game losing streak, but Indianapolis is still winless. They're doing terrible, and their defense is looking bad. Mike Smith said Manning made defense look bad for the other team, but Painter makes the offense look worse.
Also, that I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons too, because even though they have some injuries, Tony Gonzalez is questionable, and Julio Jones is also questionable. I think that they can still beat the Colts, even if their 2 star receivers are out of the game, because they still have Michael Turner, and they have Roddy White, and they have Matt Ryan, who also can take a hit. I remember last game, I believe it was versus the Lions or a couple games ago, and Van Dominic Sue tackled him, and his ankle went. I'm like, oh, why'd you have to show us that? I'm eating here. And it was like, oh, and he came back. What? So he's a real soldier. What's your next game?
The Jets and Buffalo Bills. I'm going to say the Bills. Rex Ryan says that he's going to guarantee a Super Bowl win and this game, but it makes me think like they're getting too confident, and they're going to be trying too hard, and they're going to mess up.
I am also going with the Bills on that one. The Bills are just, like,
great
out of it. Or not out of it. The Jets are. And they're losing some injuries. They have some injuries. And Plex Converse is probable. And so it's kind of like, well, who's going to win that one? Bills or Ryan Fitzpatrick could be out. His chest hurts, and if he's out, I think that the Bills will lose. But since he's probable, which means probable means more percent to he's going to play, means he's probably going to play. So, and I am talking with Big Deal Dylan. We are doing sports picks on PJ Sports Talk.
What do you think about the San Francisco-Washington game?
I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers on that. I don't think that the Redskins can beat them. Also, Rex Ryan and John Beck. I think John Beck's a little bit better than Rex Grossman. And I know I said Rex Ryan on the first one, but Rex Grossman. And so that's why I'm going with the 49ers.
Couldn't agree with you more.
And Browns at Texans. That one.
I'm saying the Texans up this game.
Me too. I think that even though Andre Johnson's out, I noticed that we already did that before. I got different order of teams than you do. But, okay, go.
The Seattle Seahawks against the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going with the Cowboys.
I'm going with Seattle.
Well, why?
Because Marshawn Lynch is doing all the running he needs to, and he's
But
playing up the game.
Tavares Jackson's out. Tavares Jackson's out.
Jackson's out?
Tavares Jackson, yes, Jackson is out.
Alright.
You want to change it?
Yeah.
Okay. And even though the Cowboys, they're not doing so good,
No.
still, Tavares Jackson's out. Okay, go.
Cincinnati and Tennessee. What are your thoughts about that game?
I'm going with Cincinnati. Andy Dalton, the redheaded kid from TCU. Although I hate their horn. Who are you going with that one?
I'm saying Cincinnati on that game.
And who's your next one?
My next game is Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders.
I'm going with the Raiders on that one, even though Darren McFadden's out.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Oh, yeah. Also, John Fox said that Tim Tebow had laid more than one egg. He had enough to make Denver an omelet.
Okay. What's your next one?
The Giants and New England Patriots.
I'm going with the Patriots on that one. They just can't lose 2 games in a row.
No, and plus, the Giants are doing terrible. They had a really close game against the winless Dolphins.
Yeah.
And obviously, the Patriots are better than the Dolphins. So.
Plus, the Patriots want revenge from that Super Bowl that the Giants won. What's your next game?
The Rams and the Cardinals.
I'm going with the Rams. I think that they're going to have confidence going into that game after the win on Saints.
I agree with you. I'm saying the Rams because they figured out that the Cardinals could win 4 of 7 games. Steven Jackson said that the least we could do is win 1. And this is the only game on schedule playing a 1-6 team.
Yep. Now, what's your next game?
My next game is Green Bay and San Diego.
Woo!
I say Green Bay. Green Bay's doing awesome.
Aaron Rodgers spot on.
Yeah, exactly.
They're undefeated.
Yeah.
I'm going with Packers. We're both on that one. Ravens at Steelers.
I'm saying the Steelers.
I'm going with the Steelers too. Hines Ward could be. It's questionable, but I think he's going to come back.
Yeah.
And Bears at Eagles, Monday Night Football for a last one before the break.
I'm saying Chicago because the Eagles.
Well, I'm going with Eagles. We'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit, but after we come back. Anyway, stay tuned to the place to be every Saturday at noon.
Thank you, PJ, for having me on the show today.
You're welcome.
I've heard that you're settled down.